Well, I mean, Tony never got close to me. It's all about controlling distance. How I control distance is cause. It's going to be changing levels. It's going to be moving off. I say train tracks. I can't be on the train tracks with him. If there's a straight line here, I got to be somewhere off. If he's going to close the distance and try to take me on, I have to at least threaten damage. Whether I'm collarbone, I'm elbowing an elbow, I'm punching an elbow or a shoulder, whatever. As long as it's in this area, it's going to cause hesitation, and hesitation eventually will be a killer.
Yeah. I watch all his fights. I think he have good wrestling defense, very good wrestling defense, He know how to wrestle, and he wrestling almost all his life. But I don't think he last like 5-6 years. He used his wrestling, it's like how I use, because I always use my wrestling in training, inside the cage, because, wrestling and top control, this is what make me champion, And I don't think last couple of years he become very good wrestler. He have base what he have like when he was kid, but right now it's like everything is changed. And of course he know how to defend if someone try to take him down, but we don't, and we all know about his condition too. If I'm gonna attack him first 2 rounds and 3rd round, I think he's gonna finish, because he don't have good condition.
How excited are you to be here, knowing that Robert Whittaker is opponent and knowing that a win, will get you what you wanted, which is the title shot?
Can't you tell I'm jumping out of my skin with excitement? No, I'm excited. I'm happy to be in this position. This is where I was before the injury happened, and pick up right where I left off. So I'm very fortunate again to still be in this position, and I'm ready to go in there and get this job done. Just, Robert's he's a really crafty fighter. He's a elite level competitor. So former champion, we can always expect the best out of him. So I know he's taking this fight as serious as any other fight that he's had. And so am I. So I expect him to try his hardest to get that win. But I'm not going in there to try as hard as I can. I'm trying to get it done as easily as possible. It's definitely motivating to know that, this win is going to give me the title shot. That's the whole goal of being in the UFC, to be the champion. So, again, I'm fortunate to be in a position and to still be in this position. And I'm going to go in there and earn my title shot. So as far as, I'm not going to put any extra pressure on me, because it's a contenders fight. A fight is a fight. Every fight is a contenders fight in my mind. So I'm ready to get in there and go to work.
Adesanya, the champion, speaks highly and recognized you as the next title challenger. And seeing his dominating performance against Costa, is there anything you want to say to him in return as that favor?
Anything like, hello? No, I have all the respect for anybody who's competing, in our sport,
Mm-hmm.
all the respect. So if they respect me, I'm going to definitely reciprocate it. So, I've said it before. I've been a fan of Izzy before he was even in the UFC. Yeah, man, we're in a division, and he's definitely not sitting on high, not looking down to see what's going on. So he definitely sees guys coming up doing their thing, and I guess I caught his attention of him and his team. And, he vocalized that in front of the world, and now the world is eating it up. But, I got fights ahead of me, and I'm not really resting on my laurels based off of what someone else says about me. I'm doing what I got to do to make sure I get what I want. That's going to be a victory at every turn.
So returning to the Fight Island again for the second time, are you feeling excited to have such an opponent like Cannonier?
Not really. It's just another fight, and I'm never really excited for a particular opponent. Yeah, it should be a good fight. It's going to be a hard one. I look forward to it. Look forward to making weight. That'll be fun.
So Adesanya said if Jared destroy you, he will get the chance to fight him again. So is that like light up a fire inside you that you want to destroy Jared so you can get the second chance to fight a lasagna and get your belt back?
Not really. I didn't. I was lined to fight Jared, and I'm at like a max to fight that guy anyway. I don't need any motivation or anything else. And that Jared has a lot of power. He's very resilient. He moves forward a lot. I'm elusive. I'm good at striking as well. My distance is good. I've fought heavy hitters before. I think I can take this fight anywhere I want it to go, and I look forward to leading the dance.
You have posted a picture of yours in Instagram, which is written "Fight for Honor." Can you please share more story behind this?
I guess my whole thing is that, fighting is it's honorable. There's a lot of respect involved. It's a tradition, it's a human tradition. I guess I just try to lead by example for my own kid, for people out there. I try to lead by example. I try to be a role model, especially and primarily for my kids. I want to be something they can look up to and inspire them, and someone they aspire to be like. No, I don't feel the pressures for this fight. I'm pretty comfortable. I'm very much like feeling that like this is just me getting to work. This is my job. This is what I was meant to do. And so coming here and just getting to work once again, especially so close after the last one, it just feels right. It feels what I should be doing. Honestly, I don't think about the division much. I don't look at it. I don't watch it really that much. I just worry about the dude that I have to fight next. That's it, really. So I'm walking my own path. I'm worrying about my own stuff. And that's just how I do it. That's my way.
Being a dominating force in Bellator for almost a decade, your move to the UFC was quite shock when it first came out. So what was the main drive for you to make such change?
I think a lot of people were shocked, but for me, I wasn't. I've kind of been thinking about it for years. Last contract, it wasn't a shoe-in that I was going to re-sign with Bellator. This time, it made sense. But for me, I think it was the new challenge. It was the new promotion, the new roster of guys, the new stable of guys that I could come and compete against. This fight, the October 24th card, wasn't on the table or wasn't even talked about at the time that I decided that I was going to become a free agent after my last fight on my contract. It was more just the new opportunities, the new promotion. I think every mixed martial artist thinks about fighting in the UFC, whether you're a guy like me who fought in outside the UFC for 10 years, 11 years, or you're a guy who just started fighting. I never knew if it was for sure going to happen, but doors open and close at the right time, and that door opened. I jumped through it, and here I am on fight week.
A comment that Khabib made saying he didn't believe you were a high-level championship fighter. What do you of Khabib's comments, because that's a guy you could be potentially fighting on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think him talking about me at all is flattering, to hear the champion talking about me. And chances are, like I said, Khabib is a respectful, great champion in this sport. He has accomplished what he has accomplished, and he's done it with grace for the most part. I think he's probably getting tired of getting asked about me. Just a couple months ago, I was a guy who wasn't even signed to the UFC, and now people are talking about me fighting him for the title. You got me talking about fighting him for the title. But of course, coming to the UFC, what am I going to say? Hey, I want to come in and prove myself for 5 or 6 fights, and then maybe take a look at the title. No, I want to come in. I want to make a splash. I want to get thrown to the wolves right away and find out where I'm at. So, him saying he doesn't even need to use his wrestling to beat me is, I think that's somewhat of an elementary statement. I don't think that's at all accurate. Truth be told, as I've said numerous times, and I've told you in the past, I think I have the recipe to beat Khabib, and that's not me disrespecting him at all. I just have unwavering confidence in myself, unwavering confidence in my abilities, and my calling on my life. Coming to the UFC at this time, the right moment for me to come out here, whether it's this weekend or it's months from now or a year from now, to get that UFC strap.
So prior to this match, everybody knows that you and Walter both suffered one loss, and then this fight is about to prevent a losing streak. Have you done something special during training camp in order to get a W?
Every camp I change something. For sure, we make some. I have some last fights, and I'm trying to avoid same mistakes. So we started to train in some places more hard. Some things we make more details. But anyway, I'm focused on my opponent, and I try to learn him really good for the fight. Don't make him surprise me. For sure that the thing that John Jones is coming to heavyweight division is a good thing for us. I think because it's a big name. Everybody, more people will be looking for the heavyweights. More people will be looking for the big, great fights and events that will be. Anyway, he's a fighter and real fighter trying to be best from ourselves, and trying to fight with the best fighter.
How was your recovering progress, and how ready are you in fighting such a tough opponent?
It was my recovery process was pretty speedy. I was able to process that fight relatively quick. I thought there was a lot going against me going into it. I took it with a grain of salt, you know, and I knew I could have performed better. I wasn't at 110% that night. So I just went back in the gym, broke down my game and realized what I needed to work on and worked on it. And I'm 110% ready for Saturday night.
So the final one question for me, we know you have been trying to run for a city council seat this year. So I was wondering, this be your plan after retirement? And what's the drive for you to make such a decision?
It's definitely in my future, mainly because the start of it kind of came out of left field, to be honest. My friend is actually running for mayor. He came and asked me to take his seat in our ward, in our community. And I thought about it for a day or so. And then I realized, you know, this is exactly what I need to do. Not only just to be able to help bring some change and help the people in my community be heard, but just as a way to say thank you to my community for all of the love and support that they've given my family over the years, and most recently through the tragedy that we faced with our daughter.
Since Chinese fans are watching this at the middle of the night during Sunday, can you shout something to us, cheering us up?
All the fans in China, thank you so much for the love and support. You guys get a cup of coffee, stay up, and don't blink, because I promise you, you don't want to miss my fight as well as the rest of the fights on the card.
What do you make of him? What do you make of his style coming into?
You know, he's a savvy veteran. He's very skilled. He knows how to fight. You know, like you said, he's got a lot of experience. He's a former champion, you know, but like I say, and I feel this way about everybody I fight, they have never fought anybody like, especially at the heavyweight division, with my athleticism and my speed and my ability, my striking ability. So you can have 100 fights and never see a Walt Harris, you know what I mean? But I can go train anywhere and find somebody I feel that can mimic Volkov. Not disrespecting him, but I feel like he doesn't do anything that I've never seen, and that I'm not prepared for. And I've also trained with the best boxers in the world, the best strikers in the world, and held my own. So I'm more than prepared for this fight, and I'm far from Derrick Lewis, so he needs to be ready Saturday night.
Coming off the win over De Lima, you had mentioned career, and then you end up doing a new 6-fight deal and come back, and obviously you had to fight with Rothwell, and now here you are this weekend. Where's your head at in terms of your career? Like,
you know, at that point in the Rogerio De Lima fight, I was just not having fun with it anymore. I was just doing the camps to fight and make money, and like I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and like not having the pressure of the fight and having to train and all that for a while I was still training and doing well really made me feel good about it again. And like we started to look at things we could implement to make it more enjoyable, change things around a little bit, because I really felt it was necessary in my fighting style. Just coming back is one thing and fighting again, but if you come back and you fight the exact same way, I don't think, you know, at the point where when you're not having too much success with it, and you do that, I don't think that's a great choice. So we changed things up, and I really hope to be able to see it, show that again this Saturday too. I think I showed a bunch of it in my last fight against Rothwell. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to win, but I was well on my way to it. I really feel that was a really positive performance in that fight. And we really wanted to build on that after that fight, and that's exactly what we did the last year. Build on that, improve on the things we wanted to improve on, and I really feel like there's going to be things that I'm going to show that people are going to be surprised. Stay away from him. You know, he's going to be dangerous the first round, especially. He's fast. I need to find my distance like I did in the Rothwell fight, because he didn't land a single blow before the low blows. If I do that, just be smart with it. That's one of the things we train on a lot. You know, I always was waiting on the other guy too much to land a strike instead of maybe moving away. And that's what we've been training a lot of defense, a lot of defensive patterns, different movement patterns. And I mean, if I do well, fight the way we train all that, then, you know, that shouldn't be a problem. And I think that everybody agrees and understands that if I take the fight to the ground, that's going to be a really bad night for him.
Tai, it must be quite difficult for you to deal with those 3 straight losses. Since you consider it as a learning curse, are you going to put extra pressure on yourself?
Nah, I wouldn't have took the fight if I thought like that. I'm in this sport to test myself. I think the best way to test myself is fight these better guys. And, you know, just because I come off a few losses, I think I just had to improve myself on a few things, and I'm ready to come back.
Or do you actually prepare for a guy who is literally 7 foot tall?
Luckily, I've got by chance, I had a really good kickboxer legs that I brought in, and me and him have spent the whole year together, really. So it just fell into place, and yeah, he's long. He's real reachy. Lucky for him. If it wasn't for him, I think everyone else around me is pretty short. So lucky I had him to help me prepare. But yeah, it is tough. You know, these guys are huge. I've seen Stefan. I met him in Brazil. I met him here. Great guy. And the man's huge. So it's going to be a challenge. But like I said, down for challenging myself and down to get in there.